The easiest, simplest way to set up and use in-ears with your X32 console is to set up a P-16 personal mixer for every single person that you want to have a mix. So what's cool about this is we can connect this to our X32 using an Ethernet cable, and we could set up what we want each of these 16 channels to be, give every single person in the band, every singer that we want to have a mix, and they can create their own mix from the P-16. So in this video, I want to show you how to set that up with your X32 console. So I've got my P-16 sitting here. I have a Ethernet cable, okay, and I'm going to connect one end of this Ethernet cable into the in port on my X32. Now, if I want to link these to other mixers on stage, I would use the through port Ethernet cable port here to connect an Ethernet cable from that to a in port on an additional device. Now I'm going to take the power. I'm going to power this up. Because I'm not using the head unit, I have to use the power to make this happen. So I can connect directly to X32 here, but I'm receiving my power this way. Now, the other end of this Ethernet cable is connected to my X32 console that's right here to the Ultranet port. I'm not using an AES-50 port. I'm using the Ultranet port. Now, you'll notice on my P-16, the Ultranet light is lit up, which means it's connected, it's working. If I'm at that point and I'm getting power, then I know things are good. Now, let's go to X32 Edit, which is the control software for my X32. I could do this directly on the console as well too, but it's a little easier for the sake of this video for me to show you this way. Now, I'm going to go into the routing page of my X32, and you see all the different sections here: inputs, AES-50, card, XLR. I want to go over to Ultranet. And what this allows me to do is to define what is going to my 16 Ultranet channels. So you can see all 16 channels are labeled here. And I'm saying, okay, this is this channel. That's what this is. That's what this is. What I'm going to go through and do is say, okay, what channels do I want this to be on the P-16? Now, I could set these to be direct outs. So for instance, my kick, I could click here and say, okay, I want input 1 on the P-16 to be kick 1, the direct out of whatever's plugged into channel 1, which is great. Okay, so let's do that. Now I could right click here and say, do I want it to be pre-EQ plus mute? Do I want it to be post EQ so I hear the EQ of it, or post EQ plus mute? I think most of the time you're probably going to say post EQ, okay? Because we want to hear it post our EQ, so whatever changes I make to the EQ get sent to the P-16. I think a lot of times we'll likely want that, but I don't want the mute to affect me, okay? Now we also have pre-fader. We have pre-fader plus mute, and then post-fader as well too. So a lot of different options. So I could click through here and define what I want, whether I want direct out channels. We can scroll over to see that. Direct out auxes, effects, monitors. You could also do a mix bus or matrix mix. So for instance, if you grouped your drums in a mix bus to make it a little easier, then you could send that to your P-16 instead of separating drums out. But at this point, you would go through and choose exactly what you want to route to your P-16, what of those 16 channels, what they're going to be from your console. This depends slightly on your setup. But then what's cool with this now is then I can go to my P-16 and I can create a mix of this. And then the next person that has a P-16 mixer can create their own personal mix of this that has no effect on my mix, which is great. So that's a look at how to set up the P-16 personal mixer with an X32 console. To see more content like this, to learn how to run tracks on stage, then make sure to hit subscribe to this channel. I post a new tutorial, a new video every single day, 10 a.m. Central, so you don't want to miss out and want to make sure you see all the content. So hit subscribe, hit the notification icon, check out the video title when it comes up, click through if it sounds like something interesting, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.